Hi, my name is Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and professional traveler. Today I'm going to show you how to pull feathers that have come out of your sleeping bag that are still stuck there back in the sleeping bag. How do you pull the down that is beginning to escape from your sleeping bag back into your sleeping bag? I'm going to show you the technique of how to do this, why to do it, and something to watch for as well. But before I do that, if you wouldn't mind, please hit the subscribe button. That helps me keep bringing this information to you. And also leave me a comment below. Scroll to the bottom, type in a comment, let me know anything that I can do to help you out to make your camping, hiking, adventure, travel, motivation life better, because that's what I do with my channel. Thank you very much for commenting and subscribing. So, let's get right down to it. Have you ever noticed that sometimes you'll see this little tuft of down? I'm going to put the light right on that sucker. That little tuft of down is trying to escape from your sleeping bag. And you might say, hey, well, what's the big deal? You know, it's going to happen. Well, I paid a lot of money for this down. This bag is, I don't know, $700 or $800. It's really expensive. This is the Western Mountaineering Antelope. And also I have a feather coming out, or a down tuft coming out of my Megalite. Now, you might say, oh, Aaron, those Western Mountaineering bags are defective. Well, this happens naturally with all, I would say, non-Gore-Tex sleeping bags, simply because the fabric that is on the Extreme Light series and the microfiber fabric that is on the Midweight Expeditioning series, it's just permeable. And it's permeable because if you look right on the tip of this down, I don't know if the camera's going to be able to focus, but there's a tiny point. And that tiny point on occasion gets lined right up and pokes through the sleeping bag material, and it begins working itself out. So before I talk more about those problems, let me talk about the technique and show you how to do that. So there's no way to reverse stuff these things in. It doesn't happen. But the trick is to get your hand inside of the sleeping bag here and work your hand behind this feather. And then what you're going to do is you're going to do this pinching, pulling maneuver, kind of like your, I don't know, I don't know what it is. It's like the downs here, you're going to pinch and pull it against the fabric. And it might take a few moments to do. Sometimes I've had it fail, but most of the time this technique works. And the reason it works and we want to do that is because this down's expensive, we want to keep it in the bag. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pinch and pull that down and attempt to get it back in the bag. Woo, yeah, come on, there we go. Ha ha, easy, not too bad, huh? That wasn't too bad. I've got another one that's just beginning to poke out here. So I'm going to go after that thing and see if I can you see it right there? Yep. So I'm going to do the pinch and pull technique. There we go. Now this doesn't damage the fabric at all. It just pulls that feather and the down back inside that tiny little hole. And this is something I recommend doing, just doing a quick glance over your bags, either when you're preparing to go out on your next trek or when you've come back home. I always double check my gear first, simply because when I'm out there and I'm going camping in Wyoming this weekend, and it's going to be cold at 15 degrees at 6,000 feet, and I'm going to be at 10,000, so it's probably going to be 0 degrees. So let me look over my sleeping bag, see if I see any other feathers that are going to pop out, or the down. Now, most of these sleeping bags, it's like 98% down, only 1 or 2 feathers, because feathers don't insulate well. And we'll look inside, but I have another down tuft. Actually, I think I have a couple coming out of my Megalite here. And again, so I don't want to have to stuff my hand all the way down into the bag. You can see this little down is coming out. So I'm simply going to make life easier and unzip the bag. Now, the down can come through the fabric, it can come through the sewing seams. For some reason, this expensive material really likes to escape. Now you can see this one's really far out there. Check that out. That's what your down in insulation looks like. In fact, let me show you on that screen there, just to show you what down looks like. Okay, and we're going to try and pull this one in, so we'll see how we do. That one's almost all the way out, so I'll just begin pinching, pinching and pulling, pinching and pulling. This one is going to take a bit. It doesn't want to go back in. Now, oh, almost in, almost in. Woohoo, yeah! Down recovered, baby, just like that. Now you'll see there's an actual feather coming out of here, and this is in the baffling of the sleeping bag, and this baffles me why this happens. So I will again attempt to demonstrate this. I think this one's too far out. It's coming out of the seam. I don't even know what direction it's going to even recover from. I don't think I'm going to be able to recover that one because it's coming out of a corner. You can see the sewing there. That little down feather's coming out of the very corner of the sleeping bag. So I might have to call this one sacrificed. Now you might say this is really extreme effort just to pull a couple little down tufts, but mind you, this sleeping bag that I've had is 20 years old. It has kept me warm on I don't even know how many treks and hikes. I really honestly have lost count. I don't think this one's going to go back in. Nope. This one has escaped. Now, you can attempt, I can see, yeah, this little down has escaped. You can actually attempt to re-jam it through the sewing. So I'm going to try that just for kicks. I rarely do this, but I just want to show you that it is possible. In fact, I'll put it farther along the seam or into the bag, just so it might be easier for me. It's interesting that the down works its way out. Otherwise, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Yeah, it's interesting that the down works its way outward, but no, I'm not going to be able to do it. So there you go. Unfortunately, one little down tuft. But you can see here, this is just starting. So we just do the pinch and pull maneuver. There we go. Gone. Okay. How we doing? Just look over the bag real quick. Oh, have some more down. That down loves to come out of seams too. So we're going to pinch and pull that back in there as well. Come on. Now the reason I'm demonstrating this multiple times is to show you that that actually works. And it works quite well. Oh, there's another one. So see, when I actually start inspecting my bag here, there's quite a bit of down that is trying to escape out of my bag. Now again, this one is in the corner of a baffle, so it's much more difficult to get back in. And sometimes you're going to fight with this for a while, but come on. You're embarrassing me here. Oh, nope. Almost in. Yeah, it's along the baffle here somewhere. So this sleeping bag has baffles here that prevents the down from migrating up and down. Ah, crud. All right, this one's going to be a little bit tougher. Okay, well, I'll have to work on that one. You get the idea at least. So I'm going to be camping in Wyoming this weekend, and it's going to be cold. So I was just checking out my gear, and I'm also wearing my double mountaineering boots. Check these things out. And why am I doing that? Because I don't want to get out there that day and hey, I'm gonna go and ooh, there's something wrong with my boots. So that's a thing about camping, is you always want to check your gear a day or two before you leave, because if there's a problem and oh, you're leaving late or early or whatever, you're not gonna have a chance to repair. So just like trying to pinch down back in your sleeping bag or something, Gear maintenance is everything to making this stuff last a long time. My name is Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and professional traveler. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and also support me on Venmo, PayPal, and Patreon. Thank you very much for watching.